Hi, this is the Barklord, but first, it is really cold. I had to go put on sweatpants. And I already had this sweatshirt on. What happens is the wind, the air on the ocean in the morning, it heats up and goes up the mountain. And then at dusk, it starts to cool down, and it comes down the mountain. And there's snow up there, so it's really cold. It could be in the 50s, I think, possibly, but probably not. It's probably in the 60s. But low. Seriously, it probably is in the 50s. This is cold. I like it in a way, but like to come outside is cold. It's cold in the house even. I gotta get a space heater or something. But I do like it because in Hawaii we get plenty of heat. And it's really wind patterns. You know, in Hawaii it's weird. It's like it might rain a couple feet more, just a little bit over. And in this case, you get this cold mountain wind, just a rivulet or something of wind. But anyway, so Barklord, yeah, I don't want to pin you down to disliking science. I actually think that your original position was anti-me being anti-metaphysics or something like that, but let's not even pin with anything. I'm not saying, I like to separate things out. Not everything has an element of good or bad. I believe nature doesn't have an element of good or bad. Now, if you want to say what is the source of good, according to me, it's not science, but it's just, but science is not bad either. Okay, it is it's orthogonal to those and can be used that way. Now, if you really want to know what I think the source of good for people is enlightenment, and I tried to create a technical definition of that, and I draw from the metaphor built into the word enlightenment of shining light, right? Now, I happen to think that the more light you shine on the facts of the world around you, the more it becomes apparent how connected you are. And yet also, because of this subjective experience, how isolated you are as well. And there's a unity in these contradictions, both being so inherent to our condition. I guess because of the way subjectivity works, we start out as individualists, but we don't know it. We only know we're individuals by the time we've conceived of the other world, and then in reference to it, we see ourselves as an individual. So initially, when we're the most individualistic, we're just egoistic, and we don't think we're an individual because we just think the whole world is what we're seeing. By the time we realize other people see other things, and we realize, well, we're our own individual, we've made the whole cycle. And that's where, you know, if you look at the facts, you continue to see this cycle and the connection between you and the universe and the universe and you. I think that leads to good things. I think wisdom is a knowledge plus enlightenment. And knowledge is really just something that can be proved by demonstration to me. So those are both attempts at beginning of a technical understanding of where we'd go with the technical understanding. Knowledge, not some esoteric, impossible to understand thing. You can see it when there's demonstration. If a guy says, I know how to fix a car, and he comes and fixes your car, then he knows how to fix your car. Not perfectly or anything like that, but that demonstration, the more difficult, more broken it is, the better he is, the more he knows, and so on. It can all be related through demonstration. Whereas enlightenment is an exposure to a lot more facts. Now, I think the difference that we're getting down to is a couple things. One, you keep saying science is the source of the problems. It is exploited, so there's this fundamental difference. It seems to me you were saying specifically. I'm not misinterpreting, or am I? But it doesn't seem so. Maybe you're misspeaking. That's the main thing. And then the other thing is just this whole Christian thing of the problem is knowledge. You know, why do people rape? Because they learned about sex. You know, it's like, and I'm not buying that. And to me, it sounds like that. But I don't think of you that way at all, so I certainly don't want to pigeonhole you. And, you know, so, you know, forget if somebody else is arguing a certain way. Don't forget, you know, my attitude, which is, you know, you tell me what you think. But you know, you're not shy. We can all say what we really think. So
Alright, cheers from cold Hawaii.